Really? Well, I think I'd like to speak to your manager. Yeah, put him on the phone. I'm gonna give this guy a piece of my mind. Hi, are you the manager? Great, because I only have one thing to say to you. Your employee was super nice to me, and she proactively handled all of my concerns, and it was a true pleasure doing business with you, and I hope to do it again soon. No, thank you first. No, you have a nice day. Idiot.
What are we doing here underneath of my desk, you may have asked? And I'm glad you asked, because Thursday, October 16, is International ShakeOut Day, where millions of people all across the globe will be practicing their earthquake drills. Now, the National Weather Service here in my corner of the country, in the Northwest, has issued this statement, and I think you should check out your local office to see if they've issued anything similar. So, they write, on Thursday, October 16, 2025 at 10:16 a.m. Pacific Time, the National Weather Service forecast offices in Seattle, Portland, Spokane, and Pendleton will participate in the Great Washington Shakeout Earthquake and Tsunami Drill with state and local emergency management officials. This is part of a global earthquake preparedness effort. Participation is a great way for your family or organization to be better prepared to survive and recover quickly from big earthquakes and their impacts. National Weather Service offices across Washington will disseminate a required monthly test via the 21 NOAA weather radio stations that serve the state to activate the emergency alert system to help kick off the Great Shakeout Drill on October 16 at 10:16 a.m. Pacific. Broadcasters will carry the EAS message on television and radio to help reach more of the state's residents, along with those who have all hazard weather radio receivers. This will not be a test of the wireless emergency alerts was sent to cell phones. Now, you can go to shakeout.org for more information, but what they recommend, not too much different from when we were kids and did earthquake drills in school, drop to the floor, crawl under something heavy like my awesome desk here, and take cover until the shaking stops. Now, if you are mobility challenged, they recommend you lock the wheels of your walker or your wheelchair. If you're standing up and using a walker, sit down on the seat of your walker, lean forward, or if you're in a wheelchair, just lean forward, cover your head, and get as small as possible and wait for the shaking to stop. Then evacuate. Now, if you live in a coastal area, you might reconsider this after an earthquake, but if you do find yourself in a coastal area during an earthquake, you should do the exact same thing I just described, and then wait for the shaking to stop, and then evacuate that area just as safe as it is to do so. They mentioned that they're also going to be sending out an emergency alert test tone over the 21 NOAA weather radio stations. And so if you have a receiver that can pick that up, you can tune in at that time. I just purchased this Cobra Trailblazer 450 GMRS radio, and it is able to monitor weather radio stations. I kind of find those a little bit irritating to listen to all the time, though. So it has a function where I just set it to whatever station is strongest in my area, and I turn on this emergency alert thing, and it'll scan for that. I think it's a 1050 hertz tone. And whenever it hears that, it'll kick open the receiver and play that alert for me. So I don't have to listen to that computer voice drone on and on and on all day. So what are I and my family going to be doing during this time? Well, in addition to the drop, cover, and hold on drill, wherever we just so happen to be, maybe we don't crawl under something in the Walmart. Maybe we just kind of, look around and talk about it wherever we just so happen to be at 10:16 a.m. on Thursday. But in addition to that, I'm also going to be testing out our comms. And so whatever I have with me, wherever I am, I'm going to turn it on, and maybe I'll throw out a CQ or whatever and just make sure that everything looks good. So let me know what you think in the comments. Are you going to be participating in this drill, or do you think it's kind of silly? I'm always looking for an opportunity to test out my equipment and do some sort of emergency drill, especially with my family. And are you prepared for an earthquake, or do you still have more work to do? And what about your organization? Is your organization prepared for an earthquake? Or is it time to call the manager?